Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. If you're new here, if you're not new, welcome back. If you are new, hi, how are ya? Glad you're here. Follow me across all social media. My username is at CCsuarez. It's all linked down below, along with my merch and podcast and a bunch of other stuff too. 11 p.m. I have had one glass of wine already. It was a big pour. And I brought out the jalapeno chips. And then I found this video that someone sent me of Jessie Lee Ward teaching us about integrity. I can't wait. So we're going to watch this. I'm excited. Are you excited? Learn about integrity from Imbosslee'S.
Thank you for all of you being part of GoPro this weekend. Who went to GoPro, just out of curiosity? Okay, like all of you. Okay, so you're already familiar with me, I suppose, a little bit, so I won't waste any of your time, but very excited to be on here, blessed to be in your space again, and grateful to be able to share all the gifts that I do believe God has given me to speak and train on every single one of you. So today's training is about how to have integrity in your business, and really just what that looks like and how to help you scale your actual business.
Listen, I'm all about having a neon light. Okay, I love it. I have, my overhead light off. I have my little studio lights right on me, but like they're not on, they're just illuminating me, right? That's not illuminating me. That's illuminating like the rest of the room. Sets a vibe. I get it. Neon lights just set a vibe. Calls herself an influencer to the public who does social media, runs a business on social media. She would at least have, like, should I send these to her, these little lights? I don't know. Maybe she has a ring light. I don't know, but her neon light is shining just on the side of her face. What in the Harvey Dent is going on? Like, she looks like Two-Face with this. Yikes. But like the cartoon, I guess not the cartoon one, kind of, but Tommy Lee Jones, that's who played Two-Face. Yeah, well, she looks like Two-Face right now. It's not good.
I think moving forward, this is just something that if more of us, especially in the network marketing space, would live by what I'm about to say today, more of us would have businesses that people have nothing negative to say about, right? Because integrity is pretty simple, wouldn't you agree? Right? Like Monica's nodding. She says yes. Olivia's like, yes.
Also, her hair looks amazing in this call. Looks silky smooth. I want to take a bath in it. Looks amazing.
Yes, in the chat if your camera's not on. That's a lot of you have cameras on, though. I love the little warning when we got on here. I took a photo of that. I'm like, that's what I need to do. I need to warn some people. Put your cameras on. Right? I love that, Nicole. That was some good stuff. But the first thing is you got to keep your word. Right? If you want to have a business where people want to do business with you because, it's full of integrity, the first thing is just do what you say, right? So much of the time, character is the number one thing I think is really important in business, right? It doesn't really matter necessarily what your reputation is per se, but how you are showing up, if you want to write that down, how you are actually showing up is how your reputation is established and how your character is maintained. Does that make sense?
I don't disagree. Actions speak louder than words. You can say all day, I'm not a scammer. I'm not a scammer. I'm not a scammer. But if you be scamming.
Like you all have a way you view yourself, but how you show up with integrity is how that actual reputation is going to be built. And so you've got to incorporate that in your business. So do you show up on time? Right? Like, do you get on trainings with that camera on? Do you follow up with your customers the way you say you're going to? Do you reach out to the recruit leads the way you say you're going to reach out to the recruit leads? Do you go to the events and be present the way you tell people that you do? Does that make sense? So how you do anything is how you do everything. And I know I train this a lot, so maybe you've heard me say it before, but if not, how you do anything is how you do everything. Please keep your word and deliver on those promises. I'll give you an example that is really relevant for network marketing, and that is around goal setting. And this might sound kind of controversial, but of course I have no desire to be controversial with it. But when you say you're going to hit a rank, or you say you're going to sell a certain amount, don't set these crazy goals that you think Nicole wants to hear, or you think Jessie Lee wants to hear.
One thing that's very interesting is that this, like she just said, who saw me at GoPro, who was at GoPro, whatever. So the last video that we watched, that was, video that I watched that I went into her team call. That one, she was at GoPro. She was there. Allegedly, she was told that she needs to have more $1 million earners under her. And a bunch of other people have also alleged to me that she's not the top rank within Pruvit. How are you the #1 network marketer in the world, but you're not even at the top rank within your own MLM? Tell me more. And don't get me wrong, she can make a fuck ton of money, but still not be at the top rank. But it really depends on the people below you. As we know, your downline writes your checks. Allegedly, she isn't at that level because she doesn't have anyone at the level that she's at right below her, I guess, which it makes sense with how, multi-level marketing companies work. It makes sense, right? So this is very interesting that she just said, don't make, these promises. Don't set these goals that you're going to hit a rank if you're not going to do it. Okay, girl. We've seen multiple things from her lately that it really just seems like she's like unraveling. And I don't wish that on anyone. I don't wish that on her. I wish she would just get out of MLMs. Bitch is losing it.
You think Micah wants to hear. You think Jamel wants to hear. No. Set the goals that you know you will actually run for. It's going to build confidence for yourself. And it's also going to show people that, hey, I do what I say that I'm going to do, right? So the second thing is just keep your commitments, okay? One thing I will promise you about myself is if I say I'm going to do something, what do you think I'm about to say? I do what I say I'm going to do, right? Like if I say I'm going to show up to a call, like there was no way Nicole was like, oh, is Jessie Lee going to be on that call? No, she knew.
You said you were going to sue me and send me to jail and you didn't do that.
She knew. Okay? There's no way that if Eric Worre calls me, which he calls me a lot, okay? If Eric Worre calls me and says, hey girl, will you come show up at GoPro? Will you do a social media summit with me? Will you put out a book? Will you put out a course? Anything that man says to do, if I say yes, he's not sitting there like, oh my God. Is Jessie Lee's flight gonna make it? Is she gonna come? Is she gonna do it? Oh my God.
Weird flex, but okay. If he tells me to write a book, if he tells me to go to this with him, ew. I don't want to report to anyone like that. That's gross. Ew. Their relationship's fucking weird. Then again though, he makes so much money off of her. It is crazy.
No. And because every time I say I'm going to do something, I do it, I get opportunities. Write that down. I say what I'm going to do and it opens up opportunities. Okay? So when Eric calls me and says, do you want to speak at GoPro? And I say yes, he doesn't just say, hey, will you speak at GoPro and do a quick keynote? No, you know what Eric does? He straight up called me. He said, hey girl, you're my girl. You're my #1 student. You're the face of the profession. I got a spot on the first day. I want you to do 90 minutes on social media. I got a spot on the second day. We're going to do a panel where you pretend to be a network marketing hater. I said, what? Word? I'm down. That sounds fun. Okay. He said, on the third day, I want you to have the most powerful spot in the entire event. I want you to be the opening keynote of the final day. It's the power spot of GoPro. And I went,
you know what's really funny is that her story's changing. So she said a few months ago that it was her idea to fill those 3 spots. But now, and you can go back on her social media, it's there. I'm not going to go find it. You can go find it. But now she's saying that it was his idea, that he was like, you're going to speak this time, and this time. 2 months ago, that was a different story, girl. You said that you spoke it into existence, and if you don't ask for it, you're not going to have it. And you told him, how would I speak all 3 times? And he was like, oh my God, yes.
Like, how many of you are sitting there like, I would, like, the day that Eric Worre calls me and says that, like, like, I don't know about y'all, but I mean, there was like a whole moment. I mean, my whole moment, you know what I mean? I mean, I was just basically dying, right? But I earned that opportunity. Okay? So, the next thing, after you keep your commitments, is I want you to pay attention to your actual environment. That's the third thing. You want to have a business full of integrity. I want you to pay attention to your environment. And I'm actually going to use an example that I think a lot of you will resonate with that has nothing to do with business. Okay? It has to do with marriage. And this is going to sound weird. But like, have you ever heard the saying before that's like, if you want to remain married, you should spend time with couples that are happily married? Right? Like, I don't know if Thelma, and I think that might be your man, you're nodding over there, okay? Your man's like, yes, right? Like,
if you want to remain happily married, you should spend time with people who are happily married. Really only one of the couples that we hang out with are married, and they just got married, and it's my brother and his wife. And like, that's my best friend, but like, that's really all. And other than like my siblings, and like, yeah, my parents are happily married. His parents are, his, sister. And we're very, very lucky that we don't have anyone like really divorced around us, but we don't hang out with them. And even if so, they wouldn't have any effect on us.
Who are the relationships that you're spending time around? If you're happily married, you might not want to spend all your time with your single friends who are like, let's go out clubbing. Let's go out and get torn up. Let's go out and I'm going to go to this club, that club, right? You might not want to go to the event, and be alone. Like in your relationships, check your environment. That's the same thing in business. And just know yourself.
Coming from someone who's not in a relationship.
Check your environment. That's the same thing in business. And just know yourself. If you know you're going to make bad decisions after 9 o'clock when you got a couple of drinks in you, maybe you don't do that. Maybe you don't make yourself be a business fool, right? Because that makes people go, hold on, wait a minute. Who am I in business with? Who am I in business with, right? So if you want to be a $1 million earner, and I'm not saying that you're going to hang out with them at brunch, all right? But I will tell you, how are you spending time around like-minded people that are doing what you want to do, right? You want to be $1 million earner, get around people who make $1 million, right? Y'all feel, some of you, your heads are going to pop off. You're nodding so hard. Oh, that's great. I love your energy. That's why you keep me coming back over here, right? But I want to be serious about this. You cannot have the money or the lifestyle or the whatever that you say you want if you're hanging out with people who are pulling you down. And that's what happens. A lot of you came back from GoPro. I hope you're checking your environment on this Wednesday afternoon because it's real fast.
Jessie Lee, how can they hang out with $1 million earners if there are no $1 million earners on your team? That don't really make sense now. Do it. I might not have broke 6 figures this year. I did get very close for my business. Not me personally, but for my business. Did get very, very close. But I have multiple friends who are millionaires. I have one friend who's a billionaire with a B. Hanging out with them, and multiple people around me make, well over 6 figures a year, like $500,000 a year. Hanging out with them doesn't make it so that, or like they don't influence me to make $1 million a year or 6 figures or anything like that. That's not how that works. Do you know why? Because real relationships don't financially benefit you. Real friendships do not financially benefit you.
Right? It's like you woke up on Monday and already on Monday your friends they had you tripping. Right? They're like, you don't need to do that. Why you are all hyped up over there, Vera. Stop it. Okay? I've heard enough about this. This is ridiculous. Okay? And you're like, no, I promised I was gonna slide in the DMs. I promised I was gonna go live. And they're like, you are just being annoying now. You're like, and it's so fast to get pulled down. Check your environment. If you're around me and you say you're committed to making the kind of income I am going to drive you simply because you'll be around me and be like, all this girl is doing is working. All this girl is doing is learning. She's always got an audiobook or she's making a post or she's. You understand?
Yeah, totally. She's. I get it. Definitely know what that means. Sorry, I'm like eating, Ethan. I know it's annoying. I might be drunk. Anyways, what I'm hearing is live in an echo chamber. I know I say that all the time, but essentially, think about it this way. Her team's all hyped up from her being at GoPro. They all bought tickets. They either went, or I don't know if they even like go in person, but they either went to it or they were watching it and they got all hyped up. They're feeling so great. You're on a high, whether it's motivational, anything like that. You're on an emotional high from GoPro. And then you come home. You're really going hard for your business. Posting all the reels. Sliding in everyone's DMs because you got off a team call when Jessie was there. Because she is real mad at y'all for not basically doing good enough. So you felt all hyped up and you wanted to, do the call or on the phone with someone or recruit more people or sell more, whatever, anything. And it doesn't work out for you. And now she's on this call now because you're not following through. You're not recruiting more people. You're not going to rank up. You're not doing what you need to do to rank up. So that's why she's on this call, in my opinion. Allegedly, don't sue me. Just my commentary, just my, diagnosis, prognosis, dissection, my hypotenuse. That's what she's doing now after all that high and then the low and the realization of, oh, it's all bullshit. And they don't realize it's bullshit usually, but people fall flat on their face. And now that's why she's doing this.
Who are you emulating? And some of you are like, I don't know how to get around those people. I'm not telling you you need to be sitting in my house, but like, have you hit subscribe on all my social media? Are you, and not just me, but other people that you're trying to look up to? Are you like, no, I just occasionally voyeur her when I'm like, I need a bossly uplifting. No. You need to like unsubscribe from the people who make you feel this big and subscribe to the people who make you feel like the king and or queen that you are. Like, that's the way I believe. I think your environment allows you to have more integrity in your business because you surround yourself with the people who have the kind of integrity that you want. All right. Fourth thing, if you want to have integrity in your business, is I need you to stay focused. And this goes back to kind of what I was saying a minute ago, but y'all, like, it's day 3 after GoPro, and some of you are doing exactly what he said not to do at the end of his closing speech, all right? Like, Micah's over here like, damn, she's getting me now. She's right. Oh, no, okay? Like, it's okay. It's okay. At least it's only day 3. At least we're not 30 days in and you're sitting over here having a mental...
What the fuck did I just say? I knew it. I knew that's why she was doing this. I really need to see the panel, which I'm sure it's on the GoPro YouTube page. That man puts everything on there. So I need to do a reaction video to that. If I can find that after this and I'm like still slightly awake, I should probably just do it tomorrow. But I need to do a reaction video to that because the thought stopping language that I'm sure they use, the fallacies, the bullshittery, I'm sure it's everything my nightmares are made of.
Having a mental breakdown, right? Okay, we're only on day 3. Focus. You know, he said something also that I thought was very powerful. And he said, most of you have never even worked. You've never even worked a full hour a day in your business consistently. And I'm like, I know that smacked some people across the face. And I know right now you're on a training Zoom with me, 20-minute call, etc. This is not work. Like, this to me would be like, all right, I'm getting poured into. I'm really starting to feel myself. Her energy is really out there.
Poured into? Bitch, this is work. This is a team call. This is a meeting. This isn't work, then what is this? So then what is your work? Just DMing people? That's embarrassing. Stop.
If you're new to me, by the way, hi. I know my training energy is a little intense.
So this is training. Training is work. Jesse, what is it? Could you imagine this is the first call you're on of hers? Unsubscribe from her, from all of it.
All said with love. Nothing. It's all love. Okay. So I'm just saying this to you. You've got to make sure that you are just laser focused in on what you want to do. Like, do you know what your goals are? After this, once you're fired up and your energy's at a level 100, go do an hour of work. Right? Like, this is not the hour. This does not count as work. Even if you're out there multitasking, which I also don't recommend. But even if you're like, nah, I'm working right now too. Okay, that's a mistake as well. Okay.
God forbid the attention not all be on her, right? I can't with this woman. I can't. What you're saying is not valuable. So wait, so this isn't work. So you're just you're taking more time away from these people. Like, ugh.
No, I want you, as soon as this is done, boom, you can set a timer. And if you do that and you give it focused attention, take your phone, flip it over, right? Don't have all the notifications popping up. Or if you're on your phone working, turn off all your notifications so you're not distracted. Give your business the attention it deserves. Your business deserves that. That's integritous, right? All right.
Don't y'all work on your phone? Don't you work on social media? Like, what if training and this team meeting is not work? Then what the fuck is the work? Recruiting, cold messaging, right? That's it. What's happening?
Next, and I kind of already touched on this, tip 5, if you want to have integrity in your business, is surround yourself with honest people. Surround yourself with honest people. And I think sometimes we accidentally lie to ourselves. Whoopsies. Okay? Like, sometimes we accidentally lie. I'll give you an example, because some of you are like, no, not me, never. Dave's like, not me, not me. Look, I guarantee in the past this has happened. You've said to yourself, I'd be like, hey, JT, just wondering, how many prospects did you talk to today? And you're like, I got my 5. I'm like, really, JT? Tell me who. You're like, oh, yeah, no problem. I messaged Will. I messaged Eva. I messaged Virgie. I swear I messaged 5. Oh no. We do this on accident, okay? None of you do it on purpose, okay? And then you're like, oh man. Sometimes you need to make sure you're surrounding yourself with a great accountability partner who calls you out on that, right? Because I've messaged people before. I'm like, no, Sheila, it doesn't make sense. Numbers don't make sense. You would be at a different level if you're actually doing what you say you're doing. She's like, no, I swear. And I'm like, show me the screenshots. You just told me you messaged 100 people today. Show me. And it's like 2 screens of screenshots. I'm like, baby. That's like 22. That ain't no 100.
She just called out this woman on a team call, and the person said, I am doing that. I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And she said, no, you're not. You would be at a different level if you were. This is your leader. All hail Jessie Lee Ward. It's not how that works. You can't apply the same like sales metrics and that type of math and probability to an MLM.
You're gonna get a haircut. I promise you, right? You're like, no, I am not. You're going to end up with a fade and you didn't even know it's coming. Like, I promise you. You're like, how did that happen? Right? You sit in the barbershop 6 weeks in a row. You the next one. I promise you. Okay? So I want you to think about that for a minute here, right? I just want you to think about that. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who is the person you are spending your time around? Who is the group of people you are spending your time around? And I would surround yourself with honest people. The next tip, number 6, I got 2 more and then I'll let y'all go because I got to catch a flight. I already missed 1 flight today. We're not going to miss another one, okay? Is you got to take responsibility. You have to take responsibility, okay? I will tell you, people who run businesses that are full of integrity, they are absolutely not blaming, shaming, justifying everybody else as to why their business is not where they want it to be, okay? Just for the same reason that I don't want you to have to give all your credit to your sponsor, your mentor, your upline. Okay? So like if you're winning and making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, $1 million a year, or whatever, wonderful. Don't you want some of that credit? Like, I busted my butt. I was up every single day. I was 90-day running. I just kept running. I did this, I did that, whatever, etc.
She was just saying that people who are, super accountable, are accountable for their own business, if it's not doing great. Jessie Lee, my dear. In the last call, and in this call, you are blaming your downline for not ranking up. If they don't rank up, you can't rank up. And is it your fault or is it their fault? In the last Zoom call we snuck into, you said that it was their fault because they have all the resources available to them. And if they're not, doing well, it's their own fault. It's because they're not doing good here and here. Remember, it's the systems. You gotta do the systems. So she's saying that you have to be accountable for your own business. Everything that she's teaching doesn't apply to her. It does not apply to her. Crazy. Like, why is $6 million a year not enough for her? That's my question. Why is that not enough for her?
So if you want credit for that, and when you hit that, you don't want to have to do a call in front of everybody and say, well, I would like to thank this upline, that upline, this upline, that upline, this CEO, that, and you got to go like the Academy Awards. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank God. Are you serious? No, it cannot be like that. That will happen, though, if you start being the kind of people who every time something happens in your business that you don't like, you refuse to take responsibility. Oh, well, I missed that because my upline didn't remind me that Jessie Lee was coming on at 4:30 Central. Really? Nobody messaged me either. You know what? I had a Google Calendar alert went off because I take responsibility for my life, okay? By the way, the flight was booked like 8 hours ago, so it wasn't, I will take responsibility. I could have, not gotten my hair done, but it was a situation. My ladies understand. It was real gray, not looking good. I just missed bag check. It's fine. I'm not gonna be late to the event, so it's okay, all right? I always am good on my promises. But anyhow, point being for all that, you cannot blame people for why you're not good at selling yet, or why you're not good at recruiting yet, or why you're not SVP yet, or whatever the rank is you're going for. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's your responsibility. I didn't know how to sell. So do you know what I did? I bought sales books.
You didn't know how to sell, but during your sob story, you say that you were one of the top salespeople at Brookstone and you were selling massage chairs in Times Square, or wherever the fuck she said she was doing that. But you didn't know how to sell, but you didn't know how to sell until you started an MLM? I want to know what sales book she read. She's saying again, it's no one's fault but your own if you don't rank up. Or she's saying when you do rank up and you hit, this crazy, huge accomplishment that you come on, and isn't it crazy how she wasn't thinking her downline when she was doing this little skit, this little bit. She was saying, thank you to my upline and this upline and that upline and the CEO and all this, whatever. It's not your upline that makes it so you rank up. It's your downline. If your upline ranks up, you don't rank up. It's the other way around. You should be thanking your downline if you rank up. Delusional, but she won't say that because then she would be admitting that her success is based on them. Do you think she ever admits that? That someone even said in my last video I did on her. So someone even said like she's not at the top rank of Pruvit. That's crazy. I thought she was. I don't know the ranks of Pruvit. They're not. I feel that's weird. They're not very well known. It's very weird. I don't know.
I didn't call my upline like, hello. By osmosis, I have not yet learned how to sell because I was just expecting that when I bought a kit that I would know how to sell. It doesn't make sense, but that's what we do. We blame everyone else. I'm not a good recruiter. Well, how much time do you spend learning the skills necessary to recruit? Because it's not your upline's responsibility to place a bunch of people under you. It's your responsibility to learn how to attract people.
Yeah, it's not the responsibility to do that, but you've done that. You've done that to the people below you. That's why some of the people right below you don't do very well because they're not in your good graces. That has been confirmed by multiple people directly under her.
Being honest with y'all, okay? Just being honest with y'all because I like you. I'm trying to see y'all win here. Okay? And then when you crush and you recruit 20 people in a month, or you get 500 customers in a month, or I don't know, whatever, do something crazy. You hit top rank, you hit next rank, you do whatever. I want you to understand and take responsibility for the fact that that was you putting in the work. You did that, sir. You did that, ma'am. Right? You get to take responsibility for your successes and your failures, and that is integritas. And my last tip, and I think this is the most important of all of them, so make sure you're writing them down, and then I will let y'all go on this beautiful Wednesday evening, is make sure you respect your team. Okay? I promise you. You want to know the biggest probably key to Jessie Lee's success? Is I treat the janitor the same way as I treat the CEO. If you ever meet me in person, which I hope to God you do, in person, you're like, that is a good woman. She is literally nice to everybody.
Is that why you shooed Aaron B's kid away from you and told them to get the F away from you and said that they smelled like a wet dog? I was a child. I love that kid. Don't talk about that kid like that. Not a good person. And no, she doesn't treat everyone the same. Ready for a goosebumps walk away? Class, which Jessie Lee does not have. Neither does Imbosslee'S, since allegedly they're two different people. Fucking weird. Class has nothing to do with how much money you make, anything like that. Class is how you treat someone who can do nothing for you in return. This woman, she does not treat people well, which has been alleged to me by people she's treated like garbage. Awful horror stories. It is insane. Absolutely insane. And that's why a lot of people don't understand, like, that's why I go so hard. There's a lot of things that have happened that I do not have permission to repeat because it would like give that person away. People who are currently in her downline, it would expose the people who have talked to me, basically tip her off. It's so sad. And that's why I go so hard on her. Like, that's why I go off on her, is because I know what she's done. I know what type of person she is, and it's horrendous. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Because I don't know why that man is homeless. I don't know why she's struggling. I don't know why she is this, that, whatever. I don't know why she looks like that. He dresses like that. She walks like that. She talks like that. I have no idea. But I do know everybody deserves respect. And so I do know that when I'm on a call, I show up on time because I respect my upline. I respect my downline. I do know that when I show up at an event, I show up on time because I respect the people that are there, and I respect the people who are going to have my message spread through the ripple effect of me training. You understand? Everything's respect. You don't need to be a top earner to be respected. You just need to be a human, as far as I'm concerned.
Not every humans deserve respect. Some people are super shitty and don't deserve to be respected. No. And like, also, I can respect certain aspects of people. Don't spit out your drink or choke on something. I respect the shit out of the fact that Jake Paul, let me continue, has just completely transformed his body and trained very hard. And kind of like what he's built around this whole like playing boxer thing, it's pretty crazy. Do I respect him as a human, as a content creator, as a YouTuber, as a man? No, I don't. But I respect that one aspect of him. Do I respect the business pivot that him and his brother have made? Yeah, I do. I mean, I think it was very, I don't want to say well timed, but it was good that they didn't do it too late. But yeah, I mean, I think it's yeah, I respect that. I don't respect them as humans. I definitely don't respect their weird ass blonde, gross beards. No.
Is it really that serious? And I would say that is pretty much one of the most important parts of a business. Because if people don't respect you, how many of y'all agree it's over? You could you could have the, not even just in business, you could have the most attractive partner in life. Like, you're like, he's so hot, she's so hot, right? But as soon as you don't respect them, like, how many of you get the yuck? You're like, ew. There's no coming back from it. Right. Well, it's the same thing in your business. You give somebody the business yuck, you know, you're messing around in people's downlines, you're at events doing shady stuff, I don't know. You know, like sneaking into people's rooms, doing, well, I don't know what's going on in this team. People do weird stuff. Okay, look.
Did she just admit that people be fucking? People do weird stuff. You do weird stuff. It has been confirmed by multiple people. It has been alleged to me that she was blinking, what was it, the CMO? The chief marketing officer, Modair, while she was married. That was alleged to me by multiple people. And then someone was like, yeah, and she told us that he would like wear like a tie on stage, like he tied her up with. And I was like, be original at least. Like, he's not Christian Grey and you are not Anastasia Steele. Like, calm down. Stop. Yeah, no, weird shit happens at these conventions and all this stuff. Like, allegedly, they all be fucking. It's crazy. But also, she said messing with people's downlines. Jessie Lee, you did that. Like, you have done that. Like, blocked out people entirely and then stolen their downline. You did that. You did that to people in Australia. You did that to people over in the US. Like, you've done that to multiple people.
Just know what goes around comes around. So just respect everybody. Treat people how you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. If you haven't read your Bible recently, you should read it. Okay, that's my tip number 8. I'm kidding. All right, but like, look, I'm just telling y'all.
The golden rule isn't in the Bible, is it? I guess Jesus did say some shit. Matthew 7:12. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them. For this is the law of the prophets. The law and the prophets. Prophets, not profits. Well, shit. Someone, oh God, I'm about to start joking. Someone commented on my video, and it was like a week or two ago, and they were like, you lost all credibility when you didn't know what the golden rule was. I'm going to be like, really, bitch? That's where I lost my credibility? Sorry, I'm not a million years old. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but anyways.
And what do you want to be known for in your business?
Integrity. I thought this all came down to integrity. Now it's all respect. Yeah, she makes this shit up as she goes. It's so weird.
People don't want to do business with people who say they're going to do something and then they don't do it. So I do have to run, catch a flight, but I love you guys and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me. I hope you go and you take these 7 steps and you implement them immediately into your business if you're not already. And what I would do, a little assignment, is identify which one of those is your weakness. Right? Of those 7 things I said, what is the one where you're like, man, I could get a little bit better at that. If I got a little bit better at that, at being on time, at whatever it was, my whole business would change. And just change that one thing. You don't have to change everything, but maybe change just that one thing. I love y'all. I appreciate you. God bless you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Bye, guys. All right, so if you don't already follow me, you should, because I throw down these hammer trainings all the time. They are free 99, obviously. My name's Jessie Lee. You can call me #BossLee. I'm not sure exactly how to hit the follow button here on Instagram, but find it somewhere. I will upload this as an IGTV, so you can rewatch it. It'll also be uploaded as a podcast on the People's Mentor podcast, which I'm sure you are all subscribed to as well. And I love you guys. I appreciate you. Ciao, ciao. Okay, Facebook. I do not Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee, and call me #BossLee. And I'm live here at Eric's house. I figured I would not just show you around because I feel like you've been here many, many times with me.
Why would I want to listen to a podcast of that if I just watched it? And then also if it's going to be on IGTV, and also if you uploaded it to Facebook, and also like, it's such regurgitated bullshit. Her podcast is recorded on an iPad. My entire body wants to shut down just hearing that. Could you imagine just putting such little effort into something? Like, you call yourself a content creator, you don't have lighting, you look like Harvey Dent half of the time, and you record your audio podcast in an echoey room on an iPad. It's just so unfortunate. And it irks me as a content creator. It's like, you already said that you make $6 million a year, yet you put so little effort into doing this. And it really shows just how much she doesn't care about her downline. She doesn't care. Oh my God, it drives me fucking insane. Anyway, so I can't wait to just keep seeing the ridiculousness spins out more and more and more. Obviously, I don't want like I don't wish emotional turmoil on her, okay? I'm not like that bad of a person. Fascinating now knowing what happened at GoPro and her, saying that she needs, or realizing rather, that she needs to have $1 million earners under her, and she doesn't have any. So I just find that fascinating that now we're seeing her being like, if you aren't ranking up, it's your fault. You have everything available to you. And if you're not, it's something wrong with your insides. But then also saying like, you don't have integrity. Like, you have to show up. You have to do this. You have to make these promises. You have to follow through. Like, you have to do what you say you're going to do. And she's not ranking up because of it. So I can't wait to see what the next one is, because it's just going to get worse and worse. Anyways, hope you have a great rest of your day, night, weekend. Whenever you're watching this, please understand how valuable you are. You are so valuable. Your feelings are valid. I hope your 2022 is off to a great start. I hope your January is off to a great start. I hope it's going very well. If it's not, how this first week, day, month, whenever, how this goes does not set up how your year goes. I had the shittiest, absolutely the shittiest January anyone could ever in 2021. We got COVID. I was sick for 3 weeks. I didn't get paid for those 3 weeks because I was in a sales job. I had to use all my PTO, which technically I was paid, but it was like, I didn't get any commission or anything. And then we had a miscarriage. Oh, and I gained 15 pounds. And then guess what? I had one of the best years of my life. One of the best years of my life. It's only up from here, baby. You're great. You're awesome. You deserve the best snuggles. And like, you feel safe. So you deserve all the happiness. You're great. And hope you have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.